Well, hello and happy May Day. Spring has sprung, and I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to my bestie Elliot, who lives next door and will hate this attention. So if you know Elliot Luna, you should definitely wish her a happy birthday. There were 29,410 alerts this week, and the regulator of the week, remarkably, is our very own United States Congress for working together. They successfully passed their 16th law of 2024. To put it in perspective, this is the 118th Congress in the history of the United States, and they've so far passed 209 bills. In contrast, the 115th Congress, which was in power from 2019 through 2017, enacted 1,085 bills, and this was before the pandemic, not during. The 116th and 117th Congresses, who did operate during the pandemic years, managed to pass over 1,200 bills each. So yeah, they managed to pass a one-pager that amends dates and percentages of the Neotropical Migratory Bird Conservation Act, and then another bill on veterans. Oh, except that one is 60 pages and has a whole load of Easter eggs having to do with sanctions, supply chain management, and money laundering. So don't ignore it, it's now law. It also produced the first ever agreement I have ever seen from the opposing forces of the U.S. Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Seriously, both sides were pleased that it was a bipartisan bill that passed rules that will also help fight the influx of fentanyl in the United States. The topic of the week is brands. I couldn't think of a better way to say it, but there were a noticeable amount of alerts that impact household brands of products we all know and recognize. For anyone with student loans that have been sold to Moela or Mohela, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation fined Moela $27,500 for failing to provide timely access to borrower data. The DFPI personally reached out to 265,000 Californians, including 1,500 Moela borrowers, with information on how to apply for this new income-driven repayment adjustment for people who've been repaying loans for decades. And I guess Moela wouldn't give their info to the DFPI. And then the Federal Reserve Board announced that it will extend the comment period for Capital One's offer to buy Discover. So if you have opinions, you now have the end of the May. The FTC is trying to block Tapestry's $8.5 billion acquisition of Capri Holdings, which would combine Coach, Kate Spade, and Michael Kors under one company. The FTC thinks this is going to eliminate competition and cause prices to go up and give consumers less choice. The FTC is also sending over $5.6 million in refunds to consumers of Ring because employees and hackers were allowed to get to your private videos on Ring. Payments are coming through PayPal, but you have to get it within 30 days. So if you do have a Ring camera, go to the FTC website, see if you can get it and get it from the refund administrator. And last but not least, Williams-Sonoma has been ordered to pay a record civil penalty of $3.1 million for falsely advertising products as made in the USA when they were actually made in China and other countries. What else do you need to know? The FTC has updated the health breach notification rule to include health apps and devices, expanding what covered entities must disclose in the case of a breach. The new rule applies to entities not covered by HIPAA and requires notification to individuals, the FTC, and in some cases, the media. Finally, New York State proposed a blue lining rule. What is blue lining? Well, similar to red lining, it's where you pick a location and refuse to give out mortgages, which is illegal. New York is thinking of banning insurance companies from doing the same in relation to climate impacted areas, like say flood zones. You won't give insurance because of climate reasons. And that's now called blue lining, and it's bad. And that's it this week for RegAlytics. We have the global supply chain of the world's regulatory alerts in one very easy to use place. If you need a solution to regulation, give us a call.